We're live. What is going on, everyone? It's Alonna with 570 Press, and I am coming at you with a brand new music chat podcast. First one in a little bit, a hot minute. And tonight I'm chatting with Eternal Frequency. I'm super stoked to chat with them. Been a fan for quite a while now, so it's an awesome opportunity to have them on the podcast. How you guys doing tonight?
We are awesome. How are you doing, Alonna?
I'm doing okay, surviving. Yeah. So why don't you both start off and introduce yourselves in case anybody hasn't heard of you guys, what you guys do in the band, things like that.
My name is ML. I'm the lead singer and the co-songwriter for the band.
My name's Justin Walters. I do pyrotechnics and I lug stuff for the band, and I'm also sometimes the guitar player.
That first part's not true at all.
Oh man, no pyrotechnics, man. I wanted to see some explosions.
Not legal in Pennsylvania, man.
Yes,
I think it's like a certain size is legal. I don't know. I saw something about it last year. I don't know if it's true, but whatever.
The size fireworks is very illegal.
We can do fireworks.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
I'm just the guitar player.
Just the guitar player. Okay. We'll go with that. Yeah, we'll go with that. So how did you end up becoming a band? How did you guys meet each other?
Well, the band formed back in 2018. I wouldn't say it really started, it didn't really become a family until I'd say Justin and Dane and Tyler joined. That's when we really, I'd say, we got our mojo and got that family feeling in there and started writing the songs that we wanted to write and songs that we think that connect with the audience the best. And yeah, that's basically it in a nutshell.
Nice. So where does the name Eternal Frequency come from then? And I really love the Frequency logo. I'm actually an audio engineer by trade.
Oh wow!
So I love,
really?
Yeah. So I love the Frequency logo. That's super cool.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, it's funny because what music we do has nothing really to do with the meaning of it. It was more so. It comes from 500. I think it's 528 hertz. I think that's what it is. I forget exactly what it is, but it's the peace frequency, the love frequency, and I got inspired by that more so just by the name because I like to think that music as a whole in general provides peace and healing, no matter what genre it is, and provides escapism for everybody. It doesn't more so have to be actual meditation music, which is what it's used for, that 528 hertz, but yeah,
you can meditate to us.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. And
so
definitely
the eternal, the forever healing music is kind of like the vibe of what we're going for.
Oh yeah, and definitely, and that definitely comes across. You know what I mean? And I completely agree with what you said. It doesn't matter the genre. You could be feeling Beethoven's Fifth one day, and you're just like, this slaps. I love this. This is exactly how I'm feeling. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I mean, as long
whether
as
it's
you connect
rap,
with the music,
rock, country, metal, whatever it is, somebody is finding escapism through it, and they're being healed by it, and that's all that matters.
Yeah. That being said,
exactly.
I mean, you did mention Beethoven's Fifth. I believe in Clockwork Orange, that's what made him want to kill people, right?
Well, yeah.
Where are we going with this?
We're going down a rabbit hole. That's what's good.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time. Every time I get on a podcast, I end up on some tangent or rabbit hole. So, it's bound to happen.
That's true.
Let's solve world problems.
I feel like that's kind of like the point of podcasting, right? Rabbit hole.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. So, ML, how did you get into music? What made you decide you wanted to be a vocalist?
Well, I did theater from a very young age. I started doing musicals on stage when I was 5, and I got bit by the bug. Oh, you did?
Yes.
Oh, did you really? What's your favorite show you've ever been? I'm reversing the question now, but I just want to know.
Okay, that's a tough one. I'm gonna have to say, just because the show tunes are always stuck in my head, I'm gonna go with Oklahoma by Rodgers and Hammerstein.
Really? Oh, you're a classic
Yes.
musical girl. I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes me happy. We have a kinship. I love that.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
But yeah, I did that from a very young age. I did that for a very long time, at least till I was 22, I think was my last musical, 21 or 22. And then I did an 80s cover band for a while. Didn't really do much with that, but I always wanted to be a lead singer of a rock band because I grew up with like 80s hair metal. I was force fed that stuff by my parents. I was very passionate about like 80s rock anthems and stuff like that, and I'm very inspired by that. So yeah, I put an ad out on Facebook and I was like, does anybody want to start a band? I'm looking to be a vocalist of a band. And then my old guitar player hit me up, and here we are today, and things kind of worked out for the best, and I'm really excited.
Nice. Yeah, that's super awesome, and super awesome that you were also a fellow thespian, because there's not, I mean, it seems like to me there's not many in like our age bracket, and if they are, they just strictly stick with theater. Like they don't branch out into music. They just strictly stick with theater or acting.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's super cool. That's super cool. How about you, Justin? How did you get into doing music?
Actually, it was primarily my mom. My mom was actually she was really big into folk music. She actually played in a lot of folk bands in the small town of Kent, Ohio.
Mhm.
And so she got me involved. She was really, really big into Peter Gabriel. She was really big into just shock rockers. And she, once again, she like she said, you know, she kind of like drilled that stuff down my throat. To eventually, I saw, who was it? Who was it? Hang on a second.
You're talking about your first concert?
Well, my first concert was actually Crosby, Stills and Nash and Young, which was wild because one, nobody really knows who they are, but also they're actually from my hometown. And it was just, I guess, just being surrounded by music pretty much my entire life, and being introduced to good music, you know, music that actually kind of like rocked the world and changed things. Not, you know, I don't have the common cliche, oh, I like Blink 182. No, that's not really my thing. It was more so these people that really changed the world. I wanted to do something like that, and I wanted to do something big. And it took a long time. It took a long time. I was in and out of different bands left and right, and I was like reborn to the idea when I joined Eternal Frequency. I felt like I was actually on my last leg of trying to do this for a living and going after my passion. And joining Eternal Frequency, it was the first time that I've actually said, holy crap, we can actually do something with this. We could actually do something big. And it kind of like pumped me up again back to when I first was inspired to actually play music in the first place. So.
Wow. Nice. Yeah. And you know what? I feel like when you have that, you know, that bond and that connection where you know that, you know, you have something good here, you know, I feel like that's something that you don't, yeah, and as you said, you know, being in various bands, you know, you don't get that with every musician you meet. It's like a rare occurrence that you all are just like, this is perfect. Like you just click.
Absolutely. It's more rare than not.
Yeah, honestly, all that stuff in between is like going from band to band to band. I mean, you kind of like lose sight of why you want to do it in the first place. And so that's why I drew out like a timeline in answering your question, because it was just like what got me wanting to play music, what got us actually wanting to play music, or what made me want to do this for life. You know, like it's two different things. So.
Right.
Very true.
So if you could collab with any artist, band, they could be national, they could be local, they could be living or deceased, who would it be and why?
Oh, wow. I know both of us have...
Living or deceased?
Yes, living or deceased.
Both of us have quite a few answers for that. Can we say a living and a deceased?
Yeah, that's fine.
Let's do the deceased one first. We'll go 1, 2, 3, okay?
All right, do you want to rock, paper, scissors?
No, we're just going to do it at the same time. I'm just going to count it down.
Oh, okay.
1, 2, 3.
Michael Jackson.
Shit, Michael Jackson.
Okay. What? I thought you were going to say a name.
I was doing an example first, but yeah, Michael Jackson.
Yeah, there there you go. Michael Jackson. Perfect.
Michael Jackson deceased. Living, I would say, Lizzie Hale.
Hell
Go.
yeah. Good choices.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get to say yours at the same time that I did it. You ruined
If
it.
I said the wrong one, I look like an asshole. But, I was gonna say that, but my personal one,
Dead.
Hmm?
Dead first.
What?
Dead person first.
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Living.
Honestly, I want to have a shred out with Andy James from Five Finger Death Punch. I think that'd be a blast.
Yo, who do you think would win though?
He would, obviously.
I pay good money. He would try really fucking hard. Sorry for swearing. But
Oh no, you're dead. You're dead.
There's a lot of stuff in Eternal Frequency that I do outside of Eternal Frequency that I don't do in Eternal Frequency, which is kind of like that. I'm a very progressive, shreddy guitar player, and
Yeah.
so when I'm not like writing good catchy songs, I'm pretty much just jerking off on my guitar. So
yeah.
Well, honestly, I think a shred off would be pretty cool. It would be like The Devil Went Down to Georgia.
Yeah, I think it'd be.
Yeah.
I think that's actually a good song to use. We'll just like shred in that key. I'm down for that.
Yeah, there you go. It's perfect.
I'm trying to get him to shred more in our songs. He has a lot of the amount of talent that he displays in our song is minimal compared to what he actually has. He's amazing.
Well, I gotta keep room for. We got an incredibly talented singer too, so it's just like we're not comparing dick sizes here. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, and you know what? You guys seem to have a really good bond too, and that's also something that's very rare. So.
No, actually, he is gone.
yeah, I can definitely tell.
I tolerate him.
I totally shit in his cereal this morning.
Wow. Okay.
But she is my best friend. She's honestly everything, since we've ever met has been honestly music related, and being able to do that with your best friend. I mean, it's literally the dream.
It is.
It is the dream.
It is. It's quite a blessing.
Yeah, definitely. So let's talk a little bit about some recent music, and then we'll get into the new music. You guys recently released a cover and a video of Head Like a Hole by 9 Inch Nails. I almost called them Ice Nine Kills, and that is way off. So there's that.
It's similar sounding. I totally get that.
That's coming down the road. We'll collab with them one day.
Yeah.
Perfect. Hell yeah. But so what made you decide on Head Like a Hole as a cover?
Would you like to answer this one first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nope. I don't want to answer. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, we are all huge. I was gonna say Ice Nine Kills. We are Ice.
See, it's so easy to do.
Spencer's the dude, man.
This is all your fault, Alonna. No,
I know.
No, we are all huge fans of Trent Reznor, especially Justin. Justin, he has so much influence. And you can find a lot of the influence in the music that we have now, and down the road, the new music that we're writing. And we all decided, we're just like, because we already did a very ballsy cover doing Show Must Go On by Queen. And we're like, how can we top that? And with that fan base being so protective, they're so protective of the music. We're just like, we knew it wasn't going to be for everyone, but the people that did love it, they're devoted to it, and we couldn't be more thankful for that.
Yeah. Doing 9 Inch Nails was honestly like a challenge to ourselves, because just being avid fans and, like she mentioned, avid protectors of that band, because they're so sacred to our generation. They shaped so many bands that we all listen to nowadays, and they kind of like they like rebuilt the industrial scene pretty much. And also with his aggression, he helped spawn a whole bunch of heavier different bands. So even these bands that are these modern day bands, they don't sound like 9 Inch Nails. They're definitely influenced by them, either subliminally or directly. And we being that we're actually one of them, to where we use Nine Inch Nails as honestly like his methods of layering and his use of textures and layers and all these different sonic frequencies inside of his songs that actually invoke emotions almost subliminally.
Yeah.
That is like one of the coolest things about Nine Inch Nails, and we wanted to kind of try our hand at that because we were already crossing that lane just a little bit. And as we're growing as musicians and as a band, all those small little nuances that seem just coincidental being there, to be able to say that we intentionally put them there to actually put you into an emotional state, that's one of the coolest things about Nine Inch Nails. And we wanted to really just dive almost into his psyche when we were actually, covering Head Like a Hole. So it went a little bit deeper than just saying Nine Inch Nails is fucking cool.
Yeah.
We wanted to actually like really delve into his mind as much as we could without actually asking him questions.
Right. You're creating a tapestry of sounds, and like you said, it's more than just, oh, that's fucking rad, that's cool, whatever. No, it's art. We're creating something incredible,
And it was fucking hard.
Right. Oh yeah. I imagine it was, and it's like you said, you're creating art, you're putting, your own stamp on something that was already created. And I think that is a very beautiful thing. I was in a band and we released a cover of Like a Stone, and clearly it wasn't Like a Stone, you know what I mean? But it was our own. And I think that was so fucking beautiful, and that was so fucking cool.
Absolutely. Yeah. You have to make it your own. Bands that do covers and it just sounds like the original, it's like you have such an opportunity. You have the biggest opportunity to take this masterpiece and make it into your own masterpiece and touch a whole new generation and touch all new people. Like, why wouldn't you take advantage of that? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Exactly. So what? Right. Exactly. And it brings back, that connection that people have to music. When you're making something your own, that connection is there because you're connecting with not only, previous like the diehard fans and protectors, but you're also, connecting with your own fan base and, in different ways.
Right. Exactly.
Couldn't have said it better.
And I mean, we're not going out to try and be the next Nine Inch Nails. I mean, when you did Like a Stone, you weren't trying to be like the next Chris Cornell or anything like that. You were just you were taking that feeling that you get, and like something as simple as both of those songs. They're both very simple songs, like in their structure and their formula. But what does it do to you? And being able to take that song, one of those songs, and have somebody manifest a brand new emotion out of it that they never got from the original.
That's amazing.
That means you did your job.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. So now's the moment we've all been waiting for. Let's talk a little bit about some new music. What do you guys have coming up?
Well, you want to answer this one first?
So we broke up today?
Yeah. And we're releasing a hate song. It's going to be our very last song. I'm just kidding.
You heard it here first.
Yeah. That's a bunch of bullshit. But we have a whole bunch of stuff coming. Obviously, we have a song coming out January 7th.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the heaviest song we've done to date. It is so someone said it best, to where she was just like, we want to see your inner bitch. Well, here it comes.
Yeah.
And it's pretty awesome. It's the first. And with that being said, there's going to be a continuation to this. The first time we've ever done anything like this before as well is we're doing a trilogy of songs. So this is going to be chapter 1 of 3.
Yeah.
And we're basically creating kind of like our own personal short story / movie.
Yeah, our own world. We're creating a world for once.
Yeah.
And it's freaking awesome.
It is freaking
It's really exciting.
Hell yeah. You know what? I love when, bands and musicians do that, where you have this whole world and, you'll get like one piece here and then they'll wait a few weeks or a few months and then they'll drop you the other piece and then they'll drop the conclusion. I love that. I love that.
Who
Yeah,
knows what
because
we're gonna do with that trilogy?
exactly, because you know what? I'm a huge movie buff. I'm a huge book buff, and I'm always one of those people that like if there's like 5 books in a series, I'm like, okay, well, I'm waiting on the next one, and I think that it just kind of builds up that hype, and I love that.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
then it gives us permission, like after this trilogy is over, who knows where we're gonna go, you know, because we're gonna create another world and then another world, and it's
Right.
so exciting. I can't wait.
I mean,
Right.
aside from like movie buff and book buff aside, I mean the songs themselves. I mean, we've definitely morphed into, yeah, and you'll hear it January 7th that we're a different band. We're definitely a different band. I mentioned earlier that I normally jerk off on my guitar. I finally got to jerk off on a song a little bit, so I get to. Everybody in the band has been able to really showcase their talents in these next slew of songs, her included. I mean, you're gonna hear a side of MLs you've never heard before.
Hell yeah. I'm super excited, honestly. I love when, I hear about new music because I'm just like, oh my God, I can't wait. Like truly, like I'll just be like, just driving to work, minding my own business, and I'm just blaring the new song. And I'm just like, hell yeah, this is like the best.
It's awesome.
And
Yeah,
by
I
the
love
way,
that.
thank you for pre-saving it. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Of course, of
I saw
course.
your email there. It's like, yeah, girl.
Yeah. Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah. So, what is your songwriting process like?
It varies for the most part. Justin starts off with an idea.
It's either me or AJ. Yeah.
Yeah. And then every so often, like he'll start off, or AJ will start off with the instrumentals, and then I will write the melodies and the lyrics to go along with it. Or sometimes, rarely, I'll think of a melody and they'll write it around my idea. It kind of depends on the song and what we're feeling in that moment.
I really don't have anything to add on to that. That's exactly.
That's basically what happened.
Nice. So super simple, super to the point. Hell yeah.
Yeah. We she has like she has a whole slew of like lyrics or like one-liners that she'll sing every now and then. It gets to the point of annoying to where she'd be like walking around and just like singing one particular line, and it's either if there's nothing creatively coming into my head, I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up. Or it's like, what was that? Hang on. And I run over to my computer and I'll like lay down a guitar riff and stuff like that. And we'll build it literally off of one line.
Yeah, the writing process it's actually one of the easiest things in this band.
Yeah.
That, amongst all of us. And yeah, that's essentially it.
Yeah, and you know what? Again, that's another thing you don't see a lot of super simple writing processes. And I feel like bond has a lot to do with that because when you have that bond, it makes the process so much simpler because you know what works and you know what doesn't, and you know what everyone else likes and what everyone else may not like.
There's a lot of trust in everybody, and that's the biggest factor.
Yeah, the bond is definitely a lot bigger than just she and I. I mean, because everybody does kind of like play their part to where Dana at practice he'll play some kind of drum fill or something like that, and he'll say, wouldn't that sound cool as an intro?
Right.
And AJ, I always call him my breakdown guy. If I ever need a heavy breakdown or something like that, AJ's my guy. I always go to him. He always knows how to write like a really cool breakdown. He's the one that wrote the breakdown for Parasite. He did the intro riff for What Are We Waiting For, and I was just like, all right, I know who to call. So everybody definitely plays their part in this, which is really cool. You normally don't get that.
Yeah, like a family.
Like a family.
Hell yeah, and that's how it should be.
Absolutely.
So, what is your favorite show that you have played to date?
Favorite show?
That last one was pretty good.
Our headliner?
That last one was pretty good.
Yeah. Our most recent headliner was really, really dope. We played the Harrisburg Midtown Arts Center. The Art of Deception, really good friends of ours. They were supposed to be on the bill. Unfortunately, they couldn't play that night. But we had Take the Name and Nailbite join us, and the place it got packed in there. Like, we weren't anticipating how packed the show would get. because we're still working our way up, and when you try to plan a headliner, it's scary because you hope people are there, you know what I mean? And yeah, we were pleasantly surprised with how well it turned out, and a lot of new faces, some familiar faces, the diehard fans that we greatly appreciate, but a lot of new faces, and I think we really made an impact on those people, I think.
Yeah. I mean, the energy was just, it felt so good. So yeah, the most recent one that we played, and it's nice to have a more recent one to not like look back on and then everything, have like one really good show a year ago, and then everything else is kind of like a little bit of a downer or a disappointment in comparison, and you find yourself comparing to that show a year ago.
Yeah.
It's nice to be able to be in a band where it's just like the last show we played. And hopefully the next show that we play, we're going to say the same thing about that one.
Yeah.
It seems like it's climbing that way.
Well, even the show prior to that, it was a couple weeks before, we played with Fuel. Great guys, by the way. And we played at Mickey's Black Box in Lidditz, and the Rock Lidditz campus, brand new venue. We were the first rock band to ever be on that stage. So that was an honor and a mile marker in our lives as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And ML made cookies for Fuel.
I made cookies for Fuel.
And they had to tag us as they were going across the country.
They're going to Vegas. They made it all the way to Vegas. I don't know how they got through customs, but
yeah, but they kept on like sending us pictures of them with her cookies, and it was just like, man, they went across the country. That's pretty awesome.
I'm still hearing about those cookies today. Like, people don't let me live that down.
Nice. But you know what? That's awesome. You know what? You're known. Yeah. You know what? You're known for not only the music. You're not only known for the music. Now you're known for the cookies too.
Well, exactly. And if it doesn't work out in music, God forbid, I can start a baking company.
Yeah. There you go. You got a backup plan.
That being said, I didn't get any of those cookies.
Damn. So you know what? Now you owe Justin some of those cookies.
Damn straight.
Oh, I made more cookies. They're in the pantry. I made
He just turns and looks. He's like, wait, really?
How many more questions do you
have? If I could send you a cookie, I would. I wish
I appreciate that. Hell yeah. Well, hopefully I'll be able to get out to a show soon.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
If you can come, let me know, and I will have cookies there. I swear to God. I will have cookies.
Hell yeah.
She's not lying.
Yeah.
I'm not lying.
Cookies. I love cookies so much. Man,
Oh, God, don't you?
Yeah. Oh, my God. So, last question. What can we expect from you guys in the future in terms of, aside from your new single, which is releasing January 7th, in terms of possible shows, tours, things like that? I know sometimes you can't really talk about that kind of stuff because it's like kind of, secret until it's like officially announced and everything. But if there's anything you can talk about, we'd love to hear it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, like Justin said previously, we have this 3-part trilogy coming with the music and the videos. Tons of new original music coming down the pipeline, and it's going to blow everyone's minds. And as far as shows go, I got to see if I can get my dates right in my head. 2022, February 5th, we are playing with Defiant. We're co-headlining with Defiant at XL Live in Harrisburg. February 18th. Is that correct? Yep. February 18th, I'm pretty sure. It's a Saturday. We are playing with our friends in It Sent Like Wolves at Tellus 360 in Lancaster. And then
April 4th?
April 2nd. April 2nd, we have a show booked at Love Drafts.
With the Birthday Massacre.
The Birthday Massacre.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for that fucking show.
And then we have some other things and talks and stuff.
Yeah,
in the meantime.
Yeah, that's the part where we can't actually disclose just yet.
Yeah. But those are like the locked in, already announced stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, super excited. And I hope I can get out to one of those shows because those are all stacked lineups. I love it.
Oh, we hope so too. There will be cookies in it for you.
Yes.
And none for me.
Oh, stop. You live with like Betty Crocker over here.
Wait, the pantry. Got it.
The pantry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. Thank you guys for hanging out. That is all I have for
Thanks
you
for
guys for
having me.
tonight.
It was a pleasure.
Of course. Thank you for joining in. No. The pleasure was all mine. You guys are awesome. I can't wait to see you guys at a show, and I can't wait to see what you guys do in the future because I know you guys are killing it now. You're gonna keep killing it.
Thank you so much, Alonna. It's been such a pleasure. Thank you for having us. It's been a blast.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, this is Alonna with 570 Press. That's Eternal Frequency. Check them out at an upcoming show. Check out, their Headlight the Whole video. Check out Parasite and their new single dropping January 7th.
Boom.
Hell yeah.